Today we learned 71-year-old pro wrestling legend Hulk Hogan died of a heart attack. NBC News reports the medical examiner declared Hogan's death as natural and noted his history of heart-related issues and leukemia. He died last week at his home in Clearwater.
And we are following some breaking news right now out of Polk County. One person has been taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation after a house fire in Auburndale. Taking a look at the scene right now in the Pine Cove Mobile Home Park. This is off Wrecker Highway. We're told the fire started around 2 o'clock this morning, and the state fire marshal is on scene right now to investigate how this could have started. Sarasota County officials are releasing video showing 2 struggling swimmers being rescued by an off-duty lifeguard. Now in May, Sarasota County Fire Department lifeguard Landon Lacey was at Venice Beach when he says he saw someone running to the water with flotation devices. Lacey discovered swimmers were stuck in rip currents, so he swam out and brought the first person to shore. Then he borrowed a rescue boat, got back in the water, and stayed with the second swimmer until help arrived.
Even being off duty, I knew that I can't just watch somebody, drown or submerge and, be in that situation. So I definitely took action and went. I know he was grateful for the help. He said it multiple times, not only to myself, but the other 2, that his life we saved his life. And I believe we did. We gave him another chance.
Absolutely. Well, the 2 swimmers were treated at the scene by Venice Fire Rescue. Now,
a frightening sight in Pasco County around 4 this morning, smoke billowing out of a home. The fire sent a mother and daughter to the hospital. News Channel 8's Victoria Lucas joins us now live in front of that home in Land O'Lakes. And it was a very close call for these women.
Jen, it sure was, especially of what could have been. The house you see behind me, it's mostly boarded up, but that black you see there, that's gonna be from that smoke and just gives you a look at what firefighters had to handle. But most importantly, what that mother and that daughter endured being inside there amid the flames.
I saw fire coming from under the garage, and the husband's trying to get their wife out. The wife's stuck upstairs, and the kids are crying. The mom tried to go back upstairs to get her, and got stuck with the daughter upstairs.
And 15-year-old Ashton Cornwell seeing it all unfold in front of his eyes. The teen living right next door to the home with smoke billowing out of it early Thursday morning, around 4.
My mom woke me up, and then I heard booming, like loud, like it sounded like fireworks. Or someone threw concrete in a dumpster.
Pasco County Fire Deputy Chief Sean Whitehead says the home's private alarm system alerted authorities of the fire.
It took us about 30 minutes to bring the fire under control.
He says the mother was in cardiac arrest and the child was not alert, which prompted both to receive life-saving interventions.
Both of them were transferred in critical condition down to Tampa General's burn unit.
Whitehead says an electrical fire started in the garage of the home from a battery charger, charging a motorcycle which may have shorted out.
You should be out there paying attention. So if you're gonna charge it, don't charge it overnight. Make sure that charge is unplugged and turned off.
The Cornwell family tells me this is a brand new community along with these homes here on Runaway Breeze Drive. Officials tell us the damage to this new home is estimated at $100,000. Jen.
So sad situation all the way around. Very scary to both mother and daughter being trapped in the home, it sounds like. Did firefighters give any tips to you or advice that we can give to our viewers about what they should do if they're caught in a situation like that?
Jen, they sure did. So Deputy Whitehead says if any family is moving into a home, they should already have a plan in place if, God forbid, it catches on fire. Everybody knows of a place to meet outside, whether it be the backyard, the patio, or the mailbox. That way you all know where you're going when you're coming out there so you don't get stuck inside there. Back to you.
Victoria Lucas, live for us in Pasco County tonight. Thank you, Victoria.
A 24-year-old Tampa woman is behind bars tonight accused of running a check fraud scheme based online.
But it's what deputies found inside her home that added to the charges she's now facing. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers joins us now live at the Hillsborough County Jail with the latest on the investigation. Nicole.
Josh, Paula, say that we were talking on social media and I somehow got you to give me your banking information. And I then went to your bank and cashed a check. And then when that money hit your account, took all that money out. Deputies say that's called a tap-in fraud scheme. They say that is what landed one woman here tonight.
Sue Lise Martinez had been operating a ATM tap-in fraud scheme. It all started with an anonymous tip back in May, something Hillsborough County deputies say landed 24-year-old Janet Solis Martinez behind bars.
She was soliciting people on social media, asking them for their credit card information. Then when they would connect, she would go to an ATM, deposit a fraud check, and then immediately pull that cash out before the bank could tell that it was fraud.
Through a search warrant, deputies say they found 117 credit cards, over $6,000 in cash, and 78 grams of marijuana at Martinez's residence. The question remains, is she the only suspect in this alleged fraud scheme?
At this time, we're not sure if the people that were giving those credit card information were necessarily a victim. They could have been sharing that profit. Of course, we don't know also if it was their credit card information that they were giving out or someone else's.
We went to tech consultant Joey Davila to see how you can stay protected. He says you should never share your banking information with a stranger.
It's like sharing your car for an hour as a getaway car. Hey, let me borrow your car for an hour. I'm going to run to the bank and I'll give you a 10% cut. There is no legitimate use for that info.
Villa also says it's important to keep up with your banking records.
What a lot of people count on is that nobody ever wants to look at their credit card statements. It's depressing, and they kind of hope that maybe if they're only spending a couple of $100 or even maybe $20 or $30, you'll never notice. So watch your credit card statements like a hawk.
Martinez now faces a slew of charges related to that alleged fraud scheme, as well as the drugs deputies say they found in her home. For now, live in Hillsborough County, Nicole Rogers, 8 on your side.
The case of a man on trial for murder after a 2023 fentanyl death resulted in a hung jury.
Twain Carlisle's case was declared a mistrial yesterday. News Channel 8's Alessandra Young spoke with the victim's mother and joins us live from the Hillsborough County Courthouse with how her family is coping with the news tonight. Alessandra.
Paula, as you can imagine, I spoke to the victim's mother, and she said being in that courtroom was very emotional and stressful for both her and her family. And she actually ended up getting an early flight home after this mistrial was declared. Tiffany Thompson flew from Michigan to Tampa to fight for justice for her son, Dane Hogan, who was 23 at the time of his death.
We had to endure the whole trial, go through all of the medical examiner testimony, photographs, details, and now we have to start over and do it again. It's just never ending.
She says the hung jury came down to one single juror.
As his mother, I knew this would not be easy, but I was prepared to come down here and find some resolution. And now we just have to start from scratch.
Her son Dane was found dead in his Tampa home in 2023 after detectives say he unknowingly took fentanyl after a drug deal.
And now he is just a memory because of one man's choices. And, he didn't just hand him fentanyl and killed him. He handed all of us destruction and pain.
In addition to the murder charges in this case, Twain Carlisle faces a separate trial for trafficking fentanyl.
The detectives took my son's phone after they found him dead and did a controlled buy, and they busted him. That's how we have the trafficking charges.
Now, Carlisle pled not guilty to trafficking and the murder charge. Now, the judge will need to set another date for the mistrial, and Thompson says she will show up every time for her child.
He's my son. If I have to endure this pain again to ensure that he has justice and protect people in the future from dying, that's what I will do.
Now, Carlisle's trial on the drug trafficking charge will begin in early September, and I reached out to his defense attorney for a comment. I called his office earlier today and still haven't received a response back. For now, live in Tampa, I'm Alessandra Young, 8 on your side.